I hope you're good from your end. We are diving again into this paper. This is a grade 10 biology. Time is just 2 hours. Just as usual, Teacher Zamalek is my name. So this is a very, very good paper for the opener prediction term 3, 2026. Number 1, specialized cells. So what are specialized cells? So we know that cells are differentiated. Cells are differentiated. Differentiated to perform same function, same or specific function, specific functions. So those cells, they are specialized to perform same or specific functions. So one of the cells that we know is this kind of a plant cell here. We have different types of cells. We have nerve cell. We have red blood cell. We have sperm cell. We have palisade cell. We have root hair cell. Next, we have white blood cells, etc. So these cells are specialized to perform the functions. Nerve cell, these ones are to transmit. They transmit what is called nerve impulses. They transmit what is called nerve impulses. These ones are the ones that send information in case of any stimuli. Are you getting that? A stimuli or a stimulus is a change within the environment of the organism's activity. So you realize that there is an activity, for instance, pricking your hand. When you prick your hand, there's a scenario where your body is able to sense, transform, or transmit information from where you've pricked your hand to the brain and back to where you pricked your hand, and then you can now withdraw your hand. So there is an information being sent, and that cell helping sending information is called a nerve cell. Are you getting that? So nerve cell, there is what we call motor neuron, sensory neuron, and relay neuron. So neuron is one of the nerve cell I'm talking about. So nerve cell is just the neuron. Are you getting that? So they transmit or transport nerve impulses, information. Now, red blood cell. What is the role of red blood cell? Transports oxygen. So this one transports oxygen in the blood. Sperm cell, what do they do? Fuses with ovum cell for fertilization. Remember, this sperm cell is what carries the sex of a child or of a person or of a man. So it is men or it is the male gender that carries the sex, and it is carried within the sperm cell, the XY chromosomes. You will learn more about chromosomes, don't worry. Palisade cells. These cells are specialized. They contain a lot of chloroplast for photosynthesis. They have a lot of chloroplast for photosynthesis. Root hair cells, this one helps in absorption of water and mineral salts from the soil to the plant. That is the role of root hair cell. White blood cell. What is the role of white blood cell? White blood cell helps to fight diseases and many other type of cells. So these cells are specialized to perform different functions. A group of cells makes what is referred to as tissue. A group of tissues are specialized to perform the same function. They are specialized and they form organ. From organ, we go to organ system. Are you getting that? So it is through the cell we get tissues, and then from tissues we get organ and organ system. Now, we have a diagram below representing a specialized plant cell. Let's dive. So there is this plant cell here having the parts. We have the cell wall, we have the cell membrane, the cytoplasm, nucleus, vacuole, soil particles. It is called root hair cell already. Identify the cell shown. This is root hair cell. That was simple because the answer is above there. State the function of the cell. So already even we have been given the function. So this is adaptation, but let's give the function is absorption of water and mineral salts from the soil for the plant. It helps in the absorption of water and mineral salts from the soil for the plant. Explain two adaptations of the cell to its function. So already we have one adaptation. It is long to increase surface area for absorption of water. So we know that it is long. Indeed, it is long. From the diagram, you can easily see how the distance, it is long and elongated. So we can say it is long and elongated to provide a large surface area for absorption of water and mineral salts. For absorption of water and mineral salts. So that is one adaptation. It is long. Adaptation, what it has, the structure it has that helps it to perform its functions. What helps it to perform its role? That is what we call adaptation. What assists it in doing its function, in performing its duties? That is what we call adaptation to its function. Next, we can talk about thin cell wall. It has a thin cell wall. So right here, you can see the cell wall here. It is very thin. To reduce the distance, of diffusion of water and mineral salts. So it reduces the distance of diffusion of water and mineral salts in the soil. Are you getting that? So, or in the cells. So this kind of a cell is very thin in terms of cell wall. When something is thin in biology, they reduce the distance of diffusion of either gases or water or mineral salts. So those are some few adaptation. Another adaptation, we can see it has a large vacuole. So large vacuole is here, evident. This one, this is the large vacuole. This one, large vacuole. So we can talk about large vacuole that promotes uptake of water. Large vacuole that promotes the uptake of water. So those are some few adaptations of this particular cell. Next question is biological molecules and food test. So we know biological molecules like carbohydrates. We know starch as one of the carbohydrates. We know cellulose as one of the carbohydrates and many, many others. So these are carbohydrates. And then we know proteins. These are also biological molecules. We have enzymes, are also biological molecules, vitamins, and many, many others. So Alana was provided with samples of food substances. Name the biological substance tested using iodine solution. Biological substance tested using iodine solution is starch. Starch is tested using iodine solution. State the color change that shows a positive result for the test in one above. So the color change that shows a positive result for the test of starch is blue-black. Blue-black color. Remember, iodine is reddish-brown or yellow-brown. Reddish-brown. When it is tested for starch, it means that there is presence of glucose. What happens is that this color, reddish brown color, changes to blue black. So that is a positive result. Why is it a positive? Because we have already tested for starch and we have seen that starch is present. When starch is present, that is a positive result because we are doing an experiment and our main aim is to ensure that there is the presence of starch. Plants have made some food, some glucose. So if glucose is present, then the color of iodine solution will change from reddish brown to blue black. When it turns to blue black, that tells us that there is presence of starch. That's a positive result. When it is a negative result, it means the reddish brown color of iodine solution persists. Name the reagent used to test for reducing sugar. That is Benedict solution. Benedict's solution. The reagent used for test for protein, this one is your work, this one is your assignment. Assignment, kindly comment the answer down there. Comment the answer. Comment the answer, and even if you check the comments along the comment section, there is the answer. The answer is typed. So first of all, do it. That is why we are learning. You cannot just learn through me everything. Huh? I also have to give you in fact, I need to only give you 25%. So I'm giving you, go and look for the reagent that is used to test for protein. I know it, and I don't want to mention it. For you to also go and do some work, go and do some research based on biological molecules. Go and look at how to test for protein. What is the color change? Are you getting that? Which color is going to be produced when protein is present? Is it violet? Is it purple? Is it green? So I know the answer, but I want you to go and also do your research. Before you do your research, after you're doing your research, compare your answer. I have typed my answer down there. Compare your answer with my answer. Thank you for that. State the positive result obtained when testing for reducing sugar. So positive result when testing for reducing sugar, we will see a brick red color. Brick red color. Not brick red color, but brick red precipitate. After heating is seen or produced. So remember, this is a practical. So what are we going to see as the result for reducing sugar? We're going to see brick red precipitate being formed after heating. So that is for protein, we are going to see a violet or purple color, not violent. Violet or purple color produced. That is for the protein. State one importance of proteins in the human body. So proteins, what do they do in our body? Growth and repair. Growth and repair of body tissues. Again, that is an area of concern. You have to know that proteins, they help in the growth and development of our body and even the repair of the body tissues. So the worn out tissues are being repaired when you eat protein. So eat food rich in protein if you want your body to grow. And even if you want the worn out cells or tissues in your body to be redeveloped or regenerate. So proteins are very important. Photosynthesis. Grade 10 learners were provided with a sample leaf for the study of photosynthesis. Define photosynthesis. We know that it is the process by which green plants manufacture glucose. They manufacture glucose from water and carbon dioxide in the presence. So in the presence, remember we want to earn those 2 marks as a mature for a mature definition for a grade 10, different from a grade 9, a grade 7, and a grade 6, or rather grade 4 learner. This one is for you, grade 10. It is the process by which green plants manufacture glucose from water and carbon dioxide in the presence of light energy trapped by chlorophyll. Trapped by chlorophyll. I know majority of grade 9, grade 10 learners will be asking themselves, why is the teacher complicating this definition? I'm not complicating. I'm just giving you a mature definition so that you learn that you're now in a different class. You're now in a different category. You are now a grade 10 learner and you need to understand that green plants make their own food. And making which food are they making? They're making glucose from what? From water and carbon dioxide in the presence of light energy that is trapped by chlorophyll. So it is the chlorophyll, the green coloring matter, the green pigment within the leaf that traps light energy during the day. It takes place during the day. And where specifically in the chloroplast does this trapping of light take place? It takes place within the grana of a chloroplast during the day. So water and carbon dioxide are needed for this process of photosynthesis and light energy, which is trapped by chlorophyll. So it is the process by which green plants manufacture glucose from water and carbon dioxide in the presence of light energy trapped by chlorophyll. Very mature definition. B. Write the word equation for the photosynthesis. So we know that for photosynthesis to occur, just like from the definition, we have said water plus carbon dioxide. And that is why I was giving you mature definition. Will give us glucose, which we want, plus oxygen. So here there must be light energy and chlorophyll. So these two are present. So that is the word equation. If suppose they ask you chemical equation, because you are now in grade 10, chemical equation for the process, carbon dioxide plus water will give us glucose plus oxygen. So you can balance the equation in your own way. If you want me to balance, contact me down there, or comment through the comment section. Comment, I will balance you the equation, or just contact me via WhatsApp. The number is above there, 0791937308. So carbon dioxide, this one is a gas. Water is liquid. Glucose, let's give this gas. And then glucose, what is the state for glucose? So we can give it aqueous. State 3 conditions necessary for this process of photosynthesis. Condition for photosynthesis, there must be light energy presence. There must be presence of carbon dioxide. There must be presence of water. And the fourth one is presence of chlorophyll. Those are some few insights. So the last question for the day, which I will not surpass. A learner carried out an experiment to investigate whether light is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. The learner kept a spotted plant in the dark for 24 hours. So keeping it in a darkness for 24 hours is to detach the leaf. So it means we are removing any available glucose in that particular leaf. That is to detach. Are you getting my point? Detach. In the dark. Remember, in the dark, there is no light and there is no accumulation of glucose or of starch being formed. But when it is taken to the light, there is accumulation. Expose the plant to sunlight, accumulation now of glucose. Are you getting that? Or of starch. Cover the plant with an opaque paper. This is to prevent light necessary for this process. Remove the leaf and test it for starch. Why was the plant kept in the darkness before the experiment? To detach the leaf. To detach the leaf. To make sure, because it is 2 marks, to make sure all the starch is used up. Question 2, B. Why was the part of the leaf covered with opaque paper? To prevent light. To prevent entry. Remember, opaque, do not allow light to pass through. To prevent entry of light. Trapped by chlorophyll. Necessary for photosynthesis. A very nice point. To prevent entry of light trapped by chlorophyll, necessary for photosynthesis. Name the reagent used to test for starch. That question is even repeated. Iodine solution. Iodine solution. State the color obtained when starch is present. This one again is repeated. Which color? When starch is present, we talked about blue-black color. Last question or what? I don't know. State the conclusion of the experiment. So we can conclude that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Let me see this question. Transport in plants. This one. This question, 6 marks only. Let me finalize with this one. Name the vascular tissues found in plants. Now, we know that there are only 2 vascular tissues found in plants. And one of them is xylem. Another one is phloem. These are the 2 vascular tissues found in plants. So, just name xylem and phloem. State the main substance transported by each tissue. Phloem. What does phloem transport? Manufactured food. Primarily glucose, or sugar. Primarily. Hey, the spelling for primarily, primarily, sugar, e.g. sucrose. So this one is what is being transported by phloem. Xylem, transport. They just said food substance, and with me, I'm talking about transport, the function. So xylem, the substance is transport is water and mineral ions or salts. Good. Define transpiration. I believe this one is the last one for today. Transpiration. Now, you realize that this is that the loss of water vapor refers to the loss of water vapor from the aerial parts. I know you will wonder, what is this aerial parts of the plant? That is through the stomata. Now, when you talk about aerial parts, so it is the loss of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant that is through the stomata. Are you getting that? So when you talk about aerial parts, we're talking about parts above the underground, or parts above the soil. That is what we call aerial view, aerial parts. Are you getting that? Parts above the the soil or the underground. So that marks the end of this particular paper. Of course, a lot of questions are down here. We will usually, we will continuously revise them, give you the answers, predict them, and upload them for your sake. So kindly go through this paper as a learner, grade 10 learner who wants to pass term 3 opener exams. These are the kinds of questions that you'll meet in your paper. So I'm not a prophet. I'm just Teacher Zamalek. If you want to pass biology, this is an area of concern. Thank you for paying keen attention. Thank you for listening to me. See you in the next questions down there. Bye bye for now.